Hi everybody, this is Brian from Art Party Unlimited. Today we're going to finish this painting in part 2 of Welcomed Winter Isolation. If you missed part 1, then click the link in the upper right hand corner of your screen and watch me paint all the elements you see in this photo in time-lapse with commentary. Today we'll be focusing on highlights and shadows and continuing to refine the drawing of our elements using oil paint. Let's get started. I decided that even though this is a mountain painted, I really want to emphasize the cabin. So I'll be spending my time today mostly on improving the focus toward the cabin and the elements that surround it. You won't see much work in the background except for some minor changes to that mountain. One mistake new painters make is ignoring the shadows. They're just as important as highlights. Without them, your painting will stay flat. While the paint was drying between sessions, I decided to change the location of my sons, so here I am casting deeper shadows around my cabin. I think it will help increase the contrast and interest. I hope I'm correct. I need to address shadows along the vegetation too, and address a shadow that might be cast by the large evergreen on this side of the scene. I'll be back and forth between this shadow and the shadow that the cabin will cast. I felt the shadow was a little too dark, so I'll work carefully to lighten it up and integrate it more with a highlighted slope leading up to that cabin. I don't want it to end up looking like a creek. I'm adding a lot of bright snow into the midground and foreground. I'm trying to bring a lot of attention to the cabin, and having snow that is getting smacked by sunlight is a way to draw a viewer's eye into that area. The highlights on the front of that cabin will further draw the eye exactly where I want the viewer to look. The trees need some additional work. I want them to be a bit brighter, so I'm adding some small bits of almost pure titanium white in various places on the tree to give them more dimensions of colors. In the part 1 video, I mixed a more muted white and applied it. Now that the painting is fully dry, I'm adding the final brightest highlights. I'm doing the same to the main tree on the left. I'll revisit those other two large trees momentarily. I absolutely could not resist putting some smoke coming out of that chimney. I don't know where he's storing his firewood, presumably at a frame, but the cabin just felt unfinished without a touch of life residing within it. Now that the smoke is in, I can readdress the trees. In part 1, I left these 2 trees severely understated. It just didn't feel realistic to me, so I'm giving them a bit more highlights to move them forward in the painting. Because I changed the position of my sun, I need to darken this side of the roof a bit. I'm not going to darken it much, and you may not even be able to tell on the video that I did anything at all. I also want to define my mountain edge just a bit more. Nothing significant, just a few sticks and twigs to add some interest. I'm calling this one done for now, so I'll give it a signature. Stick around for a photo comparison of the first and second painting sessions. Here is where we ended at part 1, and here is the final painting. Be sure to support us by clicking the Art Party logo beneath the photo. And since you're here, how about clicking on another one of those other great videos over on the left of your screen?